Next on Worcester News tonight, a mother and her infant son are dead after a horrific accident Monday. We're hearing from the third driver involved. And Election Day is right around the corner. We hear from the three candidates running for mayor. Good evening, thanks for joining us. I'm Tim McCone. Worcester police are investigating a pedestrian accident involving a 5-year-old boy. Police say a car hit the child who was trying to cross Hamilton Street on Monday afternoon. According to police, the boy suffered a broken leg but is in stable condition. An investigation found the car was driving below the speed limit. No citations have been filed at this time. Tonight we spoke with a man who was one of the first on scene.
He really was in and out, and he had an egg on the side of his head like half the size of a baseball, and he was bleeding from the mouth. He wasn't crying, and he didn't seem like he was in pain. He seemed like he was in shock.
According to the boy's family, he got off the school bus by himself. Now, tonight we're hearing from Abbey Kelly Charter School, which has released a statement saying our school's transportation policy states that students are to be picked up at the bus stop by a parent or designated adult. We are working with the bus company to conduct a full investigation as well as ensure more stringent safety precautions are taken going forward.
5-year-old being let off the bus with no parent or guardian around. I would think, it would be up to the bus company not to release him off the bus unless his parents are there.
This time next week, we'll be bringing you the results from Worcester municipal election. There are races for city council and school committee seats, as well as the city's top elected position. Today, we caught up with all three of the mayoral candidates. City Councilor Mike Gaffney picked up an endorsement from the Worcester Police Patrolmen's Union today. The union had supported incumbent Mayor Joseph Petty in past elections.
It means a lot to me. A lot of things that I've been saying about neighborhood and safety, as well as safety in the schools, has really come out by them actually endorsing me. It says that they're in agreement with me, so I'm very proud to have gotten the endorsement.
Now, we did not receive the police union's endorsement, but Mayor Petty did pick up an endorsement from city workers represented by the National Association of Government Workers, or NAGE.
At the end of the day, I think people really look at the work you've done as an elected official. I've known people who've got endorsements and won, and people who've got endorsements and lost. So I think it's all about what people perceive you as doing as part of your job. Are you doing the job as mayor? Are you doing the job as city councilor? And I've done that job, and I will continue to do the job.
Meanwhile, after long hours working on this campaign, Bill Coleman is excited about what next Tuesday might bring.
I think this is a great opportunity for me to get elected and put all my hard work together, and we could have a new council. I was speaking with some political insiders who said there could be some surprises. So let's hope there's some surprises after next Tuesday's election.
And again, the election is Tuesday, November 3rd. Well, sad news to report tonight. The 8-month-old child seriously injured in Monday's horrific crash on an Oxford road has died. Tonight, we're hearing more about the victims of the accident, and our Olivia Lemon spoke to the driver in the third vehicle involved. He witnessed the crash firsthand. She has more.
I see everything in front of my eyes, from where she lost control to when the car crossed over the opposite side of the road, and to when the truck came in.
Robespierre Lafleur describes a horrific scene on Route 20 Monday morning. Lafleur was the driver of the silver Mercedes involved in the fatal car accident in Oxford. State police confirmed 31-year-old Christina Russin of Sturbridge died instantly at the scene. Her sister says Russin's 8-month-old son Noah died later in the day. Russin's 2-year-old son Carter was also in the car. He's in stable but critical condition.
We're blessed to have Carter after that accident. His mother saved his life. She took the full brunt of that accident. He was behind her in the seat.
Russin's sister Cheryl Green says Russin was a single mother of 3. Her 11-year-old son Isaiah was at school at the time of the accident.
The way she was trying to get control of the car, I think the first thing goes to her mind, my babies, my babies, my babies, because she tries so hard.
Lafleur says he tried to help. A day later, he's still shaken over the graphic scene he witnessed.
Even for myself, I'm still trying to cope with it, to understand it, and there's no understanding it.
Truthfully, my thought was not again. When I heard that there was 2 entrapped and 1 potentially a child, it it's tough to deal with adults. It's even tougher to deal with children.
Fire Chief Sherry Bemis says she's seen more fatal accidents on this road than she can remember. She says the town has been trying for almost 20 years to get federal money to help fix the dangerous area of Route 20.
28 years of doing this, it's very frustrating to know that you spend your life assuming everything up there on Route 20 is going to end up in a fatality.
Olivia Lemon, Worcester News Tonight.
A Worcester woman is putting the word out on social media after her house is broken into. Valuables were taken, including a guitar, which holds special meaning. And get this, the thief left a note apologizing for the break-in. Our Kayla Mamlak has the story.
Now here's a copy of that letter left by the thief. It reads, "I'm sorry, I swear." Danielle DeLucia says money and valuables were stolen from her home, but the item she's most upset about is a handmade guitar by her friend who has since died. Signs posted on social media ask anyone who knows anything to help. Danielle DeLucia came home Sunday to find her back door kicked in and more than $2,500 of equipment stolen. Among the items was a guitar handmade by a bandmate who died of breast cancer after a 4-year battle.
It's an emotional theft. It's yeah, okay, money's gone, okay, stuff's gone. Yeah, I'm not happy about any of it, but of all the things they could have taken, that one.
Other stolen objects are 3 more guitars, an Xbox, an iMac, cash, and all prescription drugs. DeLucia says she also found a note on her desk which reads, "I'm sorry, I swear."
That was the weirdest part of all of it. And, the cops that night, as well as our neighbor who is a former police officer, seemed to think that these people know us.
DeLucia says she is not looking to send anyone to jail. She just wants her guitar back.
If the person who took them, left them, right where they were, on our front doorstep, I wouldn't ask any more questions. I wouldn't even bother. I'd be like, thank you, I got my guitar back, this is important to me, and that's really all I care about.
Now, Worcester police are still investigating. DeLucia says she has called pawn shops around the city, but nothing has turned up quite yet. If you know anything, you're asked to call Worcester Police. In the studio, Kayla Mamlak, Worcester News Tonight.
Massachusetts lawmakers are considering right-to-die legislation, and they heard some emotional stories today. Our Michael Rosenfield is outside the State House with more.
A packed hearing today at the Massachusetts State House as both sides of the right-to-die battle sounded off on the controversial issue.
And there's a reason why we have the term rest in peace. For some people, that is the choice that they want to make, is to be in peace. And who are we to get in the way of that?
We've all known people who were given 6 months or a year to live and lived on for years.
Many shared personal stories of family members suffering for too long. Tim Cassidy of Swampscott says his father wanted to die as his condition gravely deteriorated.
At one point, his breathing was so bad, I put a pillow over his head, unable to push it down to end his life, hoping that it would just limit the oxygen he was getting.
The bill would allow people who have been given 6 months to live an option to take their own lives with a prescription drug. But they would have to be mentally capable of making the decision, understand the consequences. So Alzheimer's patients, for example, would likely not qualify. J.J. Hansen has a terminal brain illness and opposes the legislation.
By legalizing assisted suicide, that could become the social norm, where people choose not to fight, they choose to give up. But there is hope. There is a reason for them to fight and to continue, and they can get good care.
Supporters of the right-to-die legislation say the bill benefits those who want to die and families watching loved ones suffer.
What this bill boils down to is giving a terminally ill patient, a patient that is an autonomous person dealing with the worst life can possibly send you, with loved ones who are suffering as well, a choice as to how they will live out the rest of their life.
Michael Rosenfield, Worcester News Tonight.
Critics of standardized tests are pushing for several bills on Beacon Hill with the goal of making these tests less of a graduation requirement. Senator Patricia Jalen led a meeting with the fellow legislators to say standardized tests like the MCAS and the proposed switch to the Partnership for Assessment of Readiness or College and Careers, or the PARCC test, should not be the only way to measure a student's ability to succeed. There are 3 bills on the floor right now. The proposals range from eliminating MCAS to creating a 3-year moratorium on these tests. This push comes as debate brews about whether Massachusetts should keep the MCAS test, adopt the PARCC exam, or combine the two into a new test many refer to as MCAS 2.0. Well, a new addition to the Worcester District Court, District Attorney Joseph Early Jr. tells us new drug court will come to Worcester. The court will work to get treatment for nonviolent drug offenders rather than sending them to jail. Early says the new court will help addicts get help, and it's a step in the right direction in fighting the opioid epidemic.
You know, having the urinalysis, having the specific people in place that are going to help them beat this, it just is, it's smart, it's innovative, and it deals directly with what we have right now, and that's a major opioid problem.
The drug court is set to open at the end of the year. This is the second drug court in the region. Dudley opened a similar drug court last year. Well, the weather may be getting cold, but the excitement around the improvements at Greenwood Park have many in the community anxious and excited for next summer already. A ribbon cutting was held today at the park, where the city of Worcester has made vast recent improvements, including new tennis courts, a lighted basketball court, playground updates, walking paths, and new picnic tables, just to name a few.
A statement that the city of Worcester is involved in this community, loves this community, and wants people to feel comfortable here and use this park and to have a lot of good times with their families.
The improvements are part of a $3 million makeover at Greenwood Park. Half of the funds were generated by a neighboring landfill. While taking learning to new heights, a class will soon be offered at a Central Massachusetts high school. As our Andy Madison reports, it's off to a flying start.
It was a short flight around Southbridge for School Superintendent John LaFleche.
I enjoy flying in small planes, so when Beth Ann presented the opportunity, I sort of get excited about it and looking forward to it.
The trip wasn't pilot training, but a demonstration of the newest course for Bay Path Regional Vocational Technical High School students.
That's the mission of our school, is to provide opportunities for all of our students to experience something maybe outside of their comfort zone.
The school's introductory aviation science class takes flight next year. Southbridge Municipal Airport will serve as the classroom. The course will cover all things aviation.
It's not just about being a pilot, it's about showing them all of the available opportunities that are out in the aviation and aerospace industry through this course.
The 15-week course starts in January and is available to sophomores and juniors, taking them out of the classroom and giving them hands-on experience.
It's a great opportunity for our kids. We're very excited about it.
What a great gateway for them. And to learn that young, that's the advantage, definitely.
Showing them what it's like in the sky while also teaching them about science. Andy Madison, Worcester News Tonight.
Well, they aren't staying in just dorms at Worcester State tonight, and it's all for a good cause. The event, called One Night Out, hopes to bring awareness to the public about what it's like to be homeless. Events ran throughout the day on campus, beginning with the setup of a tent city. They also included a panel discussion on homelessness and mock soup kitchen. On top of that, close to 30 students and faculty members will spend the night in tents.
Earlier this morning, the students were out here before 11 a.m. setting up their tents in this tent city. And then we had students that were sort of manning the tent city throughout the day, talking with folks about the issue of homelessness.
I'm really excited about how many people we have sleeping out tonight. It's about 30, and for a new group like us to have that many people is pretty amazing.
The event was sponsored by the Social Justice Coalition at Worcester State, which was just founded last